Hello everyone, today is May 6, 2021. It's 64 Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius. And in this video, I'm going to be walking in Brooklyn, in the neighborhoods of Dumbo. I'll walk through Brooklyn Bridge Park, go up to Brooklyn Heights, and then I'll end in downtown Brooklyn. The time right now is 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm at the intersection of Washington Street and Front Street. I like to call this area Selfie Central because of this gorgeous view here of the Manhattan Bridge. People love to come here to take pictures, especially with the Empire State Building right in between the arch there. This one block is closed off to traffic. During more popular times like the summer when full-on tourism to New York City is at its height, this area can get quite busy. Right now it's nothing. Well, this is a pretty nice picture. Looking at the street behind me. This area where I am now, Dumbo, it used to be a very large industrial area, but it's changed in recent years. It's become a lot more residential and many companies have moved into the area, one of the largest being Etsy. And DUMBO is actually an acronym which stands for Down Under Manhattan Bridge Overpass. And that in front of me is the Manhattan Bridge. You can actually hear the subway rumbling as it travels across it. Ooh, someone's getting their wedding pictures taken. Let's go up there and take a look. This couple's gonna have 3 photographers soon. Gorgeous view. Before I continue down this street, I want to show you the other sides of Dumbo because there's multiple angles you could get for photography. And one of the more unique areas for photography is only 2 blocks to the east over here, through the archway of the Manhattan Bridge. Here we have Gleason's Gym across the streets. There's a place called The Lounge. Looks like a accessory shop, memorabilia. They also sell books. Actually, it is just a bookstore. Gifts, kids, private events, cafe, lounge. There's a lot going on here. Puzzles as well. Here's another great street for pictures. The Manhattan Bridge right here. I like this sign here. They make a reference to Dumbo. Don't ride under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. And this Dumbo sign is backwards. It's meant to be read the other way. But here we go. Very nice luminous sign. They frequently use this area underneath the Manhattan Bridge, by the way, as a party and event space. I remember a few years ago there was a light up New York City bike ride that was hosted at nighttime, and the meeting point was here. So that was really awesome. I think this is an old trolley station building. It says Dumbo Station there. There were many trains and tracks that traveled through Dumbo when Dumbo was in its industrial stage. In fact, you still see many of the old tracks on the ground and cobblestone streets. Like over here, you're gonna see some cobblestone streets as I walk over here. This is what Dumbo used to look like. Although that's probably not cobblestone, but the next block up does have some cobblestone. This area of Brooklyn is very popular for tourism. Pretty much directly over the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's easily walkable. They've got a shopping and dining guide here. Also a reference to the elephant character, Dumbo. Really cool pedestrian plaza, the Pearl Street Plaza. Anyway, we'll walk back down to Washington Street again and then enter to Brooklyn Bridge Park, which I think is one of the most beautiful parks in New York City. It isn't a city park, but it's run by I think it's called the Brooklyn Bridge Park Corporation, and I'm sure that the local governments have a say in maintaining the park as well as its direction. Subway can be quite overpowering. There's a pretty cool mural across the streets. Looks a little bit like a nature landscape with trees and a Thai food cart, Thai sidewalk. Let's see what they've got. They got the traditional Thai stuff, pad Thai, pad siu, really awesome. Here's the Foragers Cafe and coffee roasters. There's plenty of great food options over here. Here's the Almar restaurant. Let's go and check out their menu. I don't even know what kind of cuisine this restaurant serves. Okay, this is definitely an Italian restaurant because, you know, Italian style roast pork baby ribs, can't get more Italian than that. Got melt ice cream sandwiches. I think I've tried all these flavors except for Seduction and Thick Mint, but I've tried everything else. Used to be like $5 a few years ago, but they've raised their prices to $6. All right, we're back to Washington Street again. Let's see if that couple's still taking wedding pictures along here. Actually, it feels like there's even more people out here now. I've gotten so many pictures from the same exact spot that I feel like I don't really need to take any more. But it's still fun to come here with friends, people you know, try to get some more creative angles. There's a big problem on this street. Since this block isn't closed off, a lot of drivers, they come down the street and force people to move out of the way. It's a good picture right here. Someone's using a selfie stick over there with the auto shutter button. And someone's also getting professional photos done. That looks like a lighting set. Here's another great view if you want pictures. And here are the cobblestone streets and tracks that I was talking about. Pretty much most of Dumbo used to look like this. There's the wedding couple. And now we're in Washington Street entrance of Brooklyn Bridge Park. Over here you have some great options for public restrooms if you need to. We're going to walk under the Manhattan Bridge now. So the entire pathway under the Manhattan Bridge and over here where the Dumbo bouldering center is, the rock climbing center, they have all the scaffolding up. And I remember reading up on this about 2 years ago that parts of the Manhattan Bridge were falling off. So that's why they erected this scaffolding to protect people from hazards from above. It really detracts from the view, and I'm glad I was able to get a few pictures of this area before the scaffolding went up. But I don't want a piece of bridge falling on my head either. So I'm sure the city's doing the right thing. And then over there we have the Brooklyn Bridge. Got some people taking pictures here. We're definitely going to get more shots of pictures along this walk. Okay, we have a sign here about the Brooklyn Bridge. Across the river we have the Manhattan neighborhood of Two Bridges. Over there you see the financial district, Wall Street area. Brooklyn Bridge, designed by John Roebling, who lost his life due to a boating accident, and then his son took over. He also got into a incident at the bridge and lost his life. And then Emily Roebling had to take over and help finish the bridge. Over here, very gorgeous beach, Pebble Beach. I love coming here to people watch and relax. Just make sure as you're going down these large stones here that you watch your step, because the gap is pretty large between the landings. Oftentimes I see people here skipping stones, taking more pictures. You don't want to be swimming in this water though, it's pretty dirty. There's the East River, it's a tidal estuary, and it's not known to be the cleanest of waterways. There's a lot of industry that was built up on it, and a lot of it was used for waste too, and still is. Someone's getting pictures taken here. Let's get back on the main pathway now, and let's not fall over from all these stones. Here's an old industrial site that's now turned into a shopping center and food hall. West Elm takes up the left side of the building, and then the food hall takes up the right. That one is called the Time Out Market. Time Out is the same as that newspaper publication, and they basically sourced all the best foods around New York City and brought some of the vendors here in one convenient place. Now it is a little bit pricey, but at least you don't have to travel far to sample the best of New York City, see what they have to eat. It's mainly geared towards the tourists. Over here to my right, you have Jane's Carousel, which is actually open now. It was closed for a long time. But it was actually the billionaire who brought it to this area, David Willentis, who was mainly responsible for developing Dumbo. We'll go up to the Carousel. I think it's a pretty affordable price to ride the Carousel. I think it's less than like $4, but we'll see. Here's another look at the Manhattan Bridge. Oh, it's $2 to ride the Carousel. That's a very good price. Especially with a view like this. It's awesome. By the way, this area over here is closed for renovations. So if you want to continue down to that side, you'll need to exit over here. I think this construction is going to happen until next year, 2022. And I'm just following this wedding couple around now. I ran into them again. I'm actually going to make a little bit of a detour and go into this this shopping plaza here. It's called the Empire Outlets, and go up to the roof, because from the rooftop you can see some great views. Over here is the location of Time Out Market, the food hall I was telling you about. Oh, it's called Empire Stores. I thought it was Empire Outlets. Got another person taking pictures. Now, quick note, if you don't want to be out of breath, take the elevator. Elevator is over here. Maybe the elevator's closed. I guess we gotta take the stairs now.
Just hold it down like that. Just hold it. Yeah. There we go. Give me a smile. Come on. There you go. Amazing. Amazing. All that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just continue what you're doing. That's great. That's great. Absolutely great. Okay, good. Come.
All right. Thank you. Looks like good pictures. All right. As you can see, Dumbo, Brooklyn Bridge Park is like the photography hotspot of New York City. And I don't blame people, because there's just great views all around within a very short space. But I do admit that it is a little bit overused and not very original anymore. So if you want somewhere unique, don't come to Brooklyn Bridge Park, Dumbo to take pictures. But if you've never been here before, then it is worth coming. All right, here you got some good shots for photography as well. Right through this arch. Beautiful view of Manhattan Bridge, as well as Brooklyn Bridge Park beneath it. As well as any of these other arches too. You can pose right up against the railing and take some pictures. There's also a rooftop bar over here where you can go and take pictures as well. But you can do this completely free from the rooftop of Empire Stores. This is the rooftop deck that I'm talking about over here. But no need to go in there and get drinks when you could just walk up here if you're just here for the view. Here we see a New York City ferry boat sailing down the East River. Well, I shouldn't say sailing, there's no sail there. It's driving down. There's one just about to go under the Manhattan Bridge now. All right, let's go back down. What? The elevator's working. I just saw it move. Why didn't it work for me before? Or I couldn't get into the door before. All right, we gotta solve the mystery of this. Is there a button? Oh. This video will not be complete unless I find out the mystery of the elevator, why I wasn't able to get in from the first floor. All right, elevator coming up. First floor. Oh, they got a nice little wallpaper here in the elevator. Shows you what it used to look like. A lot of industrial factories. Looks like that group of people is done taking pictures now. All right, first floor. Will I be able to exit? Okay. Yeah, so strange. All right. It was open the whole time. I just didn't know how to open a door. Oh well. You live and you learn. So if that door is not opening for you, try again. I obviously did not try hard enough. So door 1, action kit 0. So now we come to the area right next to the St. Anne's warehouse. It's now a performing arts center. But from my knowledge, this area is not open yet. Most of Broadway and the performing arts won't be ready until later, so it's understandable. Got a great view of the Brooklyn Bridge over here. Oh wow, this is actually opening a lot sooner than I thought. December 2021, Emily Roebling Plaza. And this is what it's gonna look like. Finally, the area between the Carousel and the main pier of Brooklyn Bridge Park will be connected. This area over here was always a big problem for me. I don't know why they didn't connect it to begin with, but as you can see, Brooklyn Bridge Park is still in a work of progress. But before there was all this construction, and even now we got photographers here, this area here was a perfect place for people to come and take pictures. They'd come over here in between the arches, go inside this garden, pose over here, get some great shots even for weddings. But I'm glad that they kept this area open for people to just take pictures still if they wanted to. But if you want to exit over here and go onto the street, you're not allowed to anymore because of this construction here. Not until it's finished. But we are going to make a right now, passing by the Time Out Market area as well as the St. Anne's Warehouse. And then we'll head into the main area of Brooklyn Bridge Park. As you can see here, the Time Out Market has a few outdoor seating spots. So people can feel more safe and eat outside if they want to. And this is only a portion of the neighborhood I'm showing you, by the way. There's more stores across the street here inside this modern looking glass building here. And there's also more areas on the street behind it. So I'm on Water Street. As you can see, that extension of the park being completed over here can't come soon enough. I'm sure many people will use this new extension. A lot of work over here is being done. We've got an art installation here showcasing some random photos. Well, not random, each one has a theme, but I should say a wide variety of photos. We're passing underneath the Brooklyn Bridge now. Back then, this bridge didn't even connect New York City together. It connected the city of Brooklyn and the city of New York together. They were two separate cities. There's Ignazio's Pizza, which I found actually to be the best pizza in Brooklyn, in my opinion. You can also get individual slices there. I found this pizza to be better than DeFara's Pizza on Avenue J in Midwood, but that's just my personal preference. Here we've got Luke's Lobster, voted New York's best lobster roll. I've actually never had the lobster roll from here. Sounds like there's a song sparrow somewhere in the trees, giving out some really beautiful songs. Over here we actually have a restaurant here that floats in the water called the River Cafe. This area here, I think, is mainly closed to the public. But if you're part of this venue here, dining out or whatever, you can go into this garden and take some pictures. Oh, look at this. The River Cafe entrance is over here now to my right. But this is the parking for the River Cafe. You've got some great views there on that boat. If you're dining out here, by the way. We got Shake Shack across the street. New York's fast food. There's a bunch of famous places around here, if I might add, right around the old Fulton Street and Water Street intersection. Let's walk up here and I'll show you the two most famous ones on this block. And then I'll walk back and I'll describe that Brooklyn ice cream factory over there. As you can see, Ignazio's, the pizza, advertised by One Bite Pizza Reviews. You know, that guy who says one bite, everybody knows the rules, but he takes like 2 or 3 bites before he makes a rating sometimes. So I guess one bite, everyone knows the rules should be like 2 or 3 bites, or 1 bite at least. There's a 7 Old Fulton wine bar and restaurant. I thought there was a Starbucks around here too. I don't see it. Wow, did the Starbucks close up? For real? Yeah, that's right. I think this used to be Starbucks here. Now it's going to be a Cinnabon. Or maybe this used to be Starbucks. But I'm surprised Starbucks is no longer here anymore. I thought they would have done well. So we have Fulton Burger here. I've actually never tried this place, but let's take a look at the menu. They got some chicken, fish, and beef for the classic combos. Also got crafted burgers as well, draft beer. Looks like a good place. Here we've got Juliana's Pizza, who's actually, this restaurant is owned by the owner, Patsy Grimaldi, who had his restaurant next door over here at the corner, Grimaldi's. But because of disputes between the two companies, Patsy Grimaldi could not use the Grimaldi's name anymore, nor could he get his original location back. So because of copyright issues, he named this restaurant Juliana's after his mother and opened up next door. But both pizzas are well known throughout Brooklyn and they're very good. I actually found the Juliana's pizza to be a little bit more tasty than Ignazio's pizza, but Ignazio's pizza, it held up much better than Juliana's because of the crust. It wasn't flopping and it felt like it was a little bit more consistent. And for me, that consistency of the crust outweighed the more flavor of Juliana's. So over here, across the street, that's the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. My favorite flavor from there is the vanilla ice cream. But this Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory used to be over here at this fire department structure here. Now inside this building is another ice cream spot called Ample Hills Creamery, which is also a very great ice cream spot. But I find that the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory is better than the Ample Hills. What Ample Hills has going for it though is custom flavors. Each neighborhood that Ample Hills is in, they have a different flavor that's unique to that neighborhood. Like in Astoria, where I'm from, I think there's a honey flavor that's based on Greek cuisine. And I'm not sure what flavors unique to this location here in Brooklyn Bridge Park. Maybe it came from Gowanus. Yeah, I think it might have to be, it came from Gowanus. And Gowanus is the name of another neighborhood in Brooklyn, which is known for its Gowanus Canal and industry. The Gowanus Canal really isn't a thing to be proud of though, because it's one of the most polluted waterways in the world. We've got another professional camera crew over here, complete with reflectors, and looks like they're even carrying some changes of clothing. But over here, beautiful views of Brooklyn and Manhattan. Here's the Ample Hills Creamery from another angle. So over here, there's a New York City ferry station, but this ferry station is currently closed along with South Williamsburg because of construction and I think some like regulations. So if you're coming here from the New York City ferry system, just take note of that. It was a pretty popular spot to take the boat. If I dare say, even their most popular spot to take the ferry. Yep, you see here, Dumbo / Brooklyn Bridge Park Pier 1 ferry landing will be closed for construction 8 to 10 weeks starting from April 5th. And these stops and transit options are the closest options. There's also a nearby ferry station at Pier 6 of Brooklyn Bridge Park, which I've taken before. It's about a 15 to 20 minute walk from here. That's actually a pretty nice boat passing by now. The Manhattan number 2. You can't get much better views of the Manhattan skyline than from here. You're right up by the water. You can even see the Staten Island Ferry Terminal over there. And if you look very closely, there's the Statue of Liberty. I think that's the most recognizable landmark in New York City, the Statue of Liberty. It's a gift from France signaling America's independence from the British. And would you look at this? We got my cheeky friend, the squirrel, perched on the garbage can, eating something. I think this little guy stole the show. Hey, hey. Not scared of me at all. Wow, I got up this close to the squirrel and... What are you eating? sky is so calm. Hey, hey. Oh my gosh. What are you doing in there? Ah! All right, Mr. Squirrel. I'm gonna say bye now. Anyway, I'm gonna walk over here now on the interior path. You could walk along the waterfront here for a good amount of distance, but for the most part, the view will be the same. It's nice that the park has different views and spots for people to come. You can even go here and bird spot if you want to. Like that little guy over there. Kind of looks like a mockingbird to me. So this goes back to the main area of Brooklyn Bridge Park. By the way, you can even ride a bike in this park, but on these like small trails over here, you can't. You have to do it on the main area where I'm going to. Where I'm going to show you. This isn't the main area yet. By the way, it says dogs and furniture not allowed on this lawn, so just an FYI. I don't know how strictly they enforce that, but I don't really see too many dogs in Brooklyn Bridge Park to begin with. Now, Brooklyn Bridge Park has several piers in the park which are turned into recreational areas. There are piers 1 through 6. I was just on Pier 1. But each pier has a different theme. Like I believe Pier 2, which I'm just about to pass over there, is handball courts. There's also a playground on the far side as well as basketball courts. So this is the main roadway through Brooklyn Bridge Park. The cyclists ride over there. And another interesting place you may want to take note of is over here. Here you have a staircase ascending to the Brooklyn Heights neighborhood. Even though Brooklyn Heights is located next to Brooklyn Bridge Park, it's notoriously hard to get to, and this is one of the few entrances to get you to Brooklyn Heights. It's because this area here, it spans over a highway as well as some local streets, and the elevation isn't the same. So that's why they had to make this bridge. And this bridge over here, you can get some excellent views from this bridge. It's called the Squibb Park Bridge. And it leads you off at Columbia Street, which is where Brooklyn's Billionaires Row is. And hopefully I can make my way up there later to the Brooklyn Heights Promenade. But make sure when you visit this park, if you really want to do a thorough exploration of it, to give yourself plenty of time, because as you can see, I'm like 50 minutes in and I've barely even touched most of the park. Now, just for time concerns, I won't be going around each pier, but I'll be panning my camera over to the right and describing each pier as I walk past it. But as I said before, each pier has something unique to it. This used to be the old pier. You can see the pillars, and these pillars over here, where it looks like is a straight line, but that's the subway tunnel for the number 2 and 3 trains. The Clark Street Tunnel, they call it, which connects downtown Brooklyn. No, I think, yeah, downtown Brooklyn to the Wall Street station in Manhattan. Now we can just start to see the Brooklyn Heights Promenade in the distance, along with the triple lever cantilever deck of the BQE, short for Brooklyn Queens Expressway, and also notoriously bad for its traffic. This entire structure over here, this cantilever deck, is way overdue for a renovation, reconstruction, whatever you want to call it, because it's outlived its useful life already. Way back when New York City wasn't really developed as much, this triple lever cantilever deck was built because they wanted to bring in more cars and transportation into the 5 boroughs. But it was short-sighted thinking, because right now there's a lot more pedestrians and people using alternative sources of transportation.
And he just put us on the camera. Who does he want to be on the camera?
Who wants to be on your camera? You're in public. No expectation of privacy in public. That's the law. I don't need to explain anything to you. As you can see, people playing handball there with a tennis racket. There's basketball courts over there. Look at this fluffy dog. These homes here up along the promenade offer some of the best views of New York City. As you can see, the pier wraps all the way around, so you can walk around it and come over here if you want to. I'm going to make a right now, walk closer towards the water. So this pier over here, Pier 3, is a more natural type of setting. As you can see here, there's many trees over here as well as paths you can walk through. Up on top of these stairs here, there's a bunch of tables and chairs you can sit down and relax. I don't know what the name of these flowers are, but they're really beautiful. A slight purple coloring to them. Turning this waterfront into a public park was one of the best decisions that the city could ever make. It's brought a lot of life to the area and a lot of open space to an area which is not really known for parkland. I think Brooklyn is the borough that has the least amount of parks or the least amount of open spaces. I think Brooklyn's largest park is Prospect Park, and even that park isn't really that large compared to many of the other parks throughout the city. Over here there is a sandy beach, although a very tiny one. But it is kind of cool over here if you want to go onto the beach, take some pictures, maybe set up a little bit of a chair. I think that's the Staten Island ferry just about to disembark to Staten Island. Very popular tourist attraction to go see the Statue of Liberty as it travels to the 5th borough of New York City. And it's completely free. The only thing is that it doesn't actually take you to the island itself. If you want to see the island, you have to go through statue cruises. Also, off in the distance there, beyond all these boats, is Governor's Island. And you see the building there for the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, the ventilation building. But Governor's Island used to be a military installment. There was a lot of military buildup there, and they used that island as defense for New York Harbor. By the way, another public bathroom spot is over here, Brooklyn Bridge Park. And I actually find these bathrooms over here to be the cleanest out of all the bathrooms in Brooklyn Bridge Park. In fact, I'm going to use it now. There's two ways to get up there. You can take the staircase over there, or you can go up this side, which is my preferred method because it's shorter. Right, here's the bathroom. All right, let's continue. By the way, these bathrooms are also a very good option if you come down here to the barbecuing area. The barbecuing area is right next to these restrooms. Now, there is a 1 hour time limit for the grills here at this barbecue area. And what happens is the Brooklyn Bridge Park patrol, they come by here and remind people that there's an hour limit for the grills when this area is busy. You see here, 1 hour limit per grill when others are waiting. Right now it looks like these barbecuing areas are pretty open now. It is a Thursday afternoon. But these are what the grills look like. You just open it up, you put charcoal in there and you light it up and you have yourselves a grill. So I'm coming up upon Pier number 5 of Brooklyn Bridge Park. Basically, Pier 5 is a big green playing area with grass. I know many people come here to play soccer, football. In fact, let's go up over here for a better view. There's also a small playing area over here. Wonder what they're doing here. Oh, oysters. That's pretty neat. I know there's a project going on right now called Billion Oysters, where they want to introduce more oysters into New York Harbor and help filter out the contaminants and the pollutants. Here we have the Oddfellows Ice Cream Company. This spot can get quite busy during the weekends. Over there is the last pier of Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier number 6, which is also similar to Pier number 3, where it's more natural and you have trees and paths to walk on. And just beyond Pier number 6, there's the ferry terminal for the New York City ferry. It costs $2.75 to ride, and currently it's the only available ferry in Brooklyn Bridge Park. There's a few restaurants and stores over here which are pretty good too. I heard the ebb and flow is pretty nice. But I'm going to exit Brooklyn Bridge Park over here onto Joralemon Street and head up to Brooklyn Heights. I'll do a tour of Brooklyn Heights along Montague Street. I'll show you the Brooklyn Bridge, Brooklyn Heights Promenade, and then head over towards downtown Brooklyn. There's a large number of bicycle racks here. The last time I was here, I didn't notice that many bicycle racks before. That ice cream might look like from Oddfellows, and it's already melting. So Joralemon Street, pretty unique street, and also very hilly street as well. We're going to be battling the uphill for a while. Here's Furman Street, which runs underneath the triple lever cantilever deck of the DQE and the Promenade. Alright, I think we can cross now. You can see the condition of the structure here, why it needs a big renovation. As you can see here, got a lot of these different style buildings which make Brooklyn very unique. They call them the brownstone homes just because of the style of material they used to make them. The most famous feature of these brownstone homes are these staircases. They're called the stoops. But you can see different colors: red, blue, lime green. That one looks a little bit silver. Now there's a very particular structure on this block, which is unlike any of the other brownstones in the neighborhood. And it's that one over there, the one that looks like it has black windows. But that's actually a fake wall or a fake facade, because inside that building over there is a ventilation shaft for the MTA New York City Transit. The number 4 and 5 trains run underneath the street, Joralemon Street. And it's hidden away in this building here. Pretty neat, huh? I've heard Joralemon Street pronounced many ways before. Sometimes some of them were even by me before I learned the proper way to say it. I think I called it Joralemon, and then Joralemon and Joralemon. But proper way is Joralemon. Brooklyn Heights is a very popular neighborhood for pets. These are more magnificent brownstone buildings. They're even taller than the ones on the last block. I'm going to continue my walk on Joralemon Street until I get to Clinton Street and then make a left. It's a very family-friendly neighborhood here in Brooklyn Heights.
Already you have, let's see, you have 40 people already in like 15 minutes.
After Henry Street, I've got one more block to walk, and then 2 blocks to the north to Montague Street. Montague Street is the main thoroughfare of Brooklyn Heights, the commercial area. There's a lot of restaurants there, local businesses and services. Also, much of Brooklyn Heights is a historic area, so the New York City government made this a historic district. Take a look at even this building here. This is a very historic building. You can tell if a block of a street is a historic district due to the color of the street signs. If it's brown, then you know it's a historic district. Like over there, it says Brooklyn Historical District. If it's green, then you know it's not a historic district. All right, finally, I'm at Clinton Street. I'm going to walk 2 blocks to the north towards Montague Street. There you see downtown Brooklyn in the distance, the large skyscraper there. It's a beautiful church over here. Clinton Street Barbershop, $26 for regular haircuts. Seems like a good price. Also dry cleaning, shoe repair service. Here's Remsen Streets, also with another view of downtown Brooklyn. To my right, giving you a lot of teasers to what's to come. Let's see how busy Montague Street is. Right now it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Thursday evening in the spring. Take a look at this structure over here. What used to be the Brooklyn Trust Company is now a Chase Bank branch. And that one over there used to be, oh wait, is a Citibank now. I don't know what it used to be, but looks like it must have been a bank as well. St. Anne Holy Trinity Episcopal Church over here. And here's the main area of Montague streets. Plenty of spots to eat around here. Here's Lychee Nut Chinese cuisine. The sushi place, unfortunately, is for lease. But here's a quick reading of the menu at Lychee Nut. Pizza, pastas, and salads at ONTY. Pearl Vision, Mr. Fix. This area over here really reminds me of the Back Bay neighborhood of Boston. Because there's this one street over there, I forgot the name of it, where it looked like they were all businesses operating out of the brownstone structures. And it's very similar. Here we've got another restaurant, Happy Days Diner. Plenty of options here to eat. Most diners, they have like an endless menu. You could probably go there every day for 2 months and still not have everything on the menu. Looks like this place has seen better days. It's all boarded up. Grand Canyon Restaurant and Bar has a large outdoor seating area. Here's Starbucks coffee. You know a neighborhood is high-end when there's a Starbucks restaurant and coffee shop. Cafe Buon Gusto menu over here. This is a Italian spot. The prices here look pretty reasonable for the area. Look at their specials menu. I think that's pretty reasonable. Filet mignon is the most expensive thing on this specials menu. And the prefix menu. 3-course meal for 36 bucks. I think that's pretty good. But there's several vacancies in Brooklyn Heights as well. This place here is available on the 2nd floor. Here's Pinto Brooklyn. Modern Thai cooking. Thai food, I've noticed in New York City, is one of the most popular forms of cuisine. Here we've got Kiehl's, a beauty store. This place here is out of business. Haagen-Dazs. This is the world's first Haagen-Dazs store? Really? That I didn't know. But what I do know about Haagen-Dazs is that the name actually doesn't mean anything. It was a made-up company name. the owners thought it sounded cool, so that's why they picked that name. Here we've got a Japanese restaurant. This is a Sake Tume restaurant. So a wide variety of selections for restaurants in the area. And here we've got Lassen and Hennings, established in 1949. Looks like a specialty store. They've got a bakery as well. Lots of different cakes and pies available, between like pecan pie, looks like that might be apple pie, I guess. We got carrot cake. But specialty goods store. So I think over there across the street used to be a ice cream store called Emac and Bolio's, and I really love that ice cream place. I think all their flavors were made specifically like fresh, and it's sad to see it closed up. But I can imagine that it's not easy to do business here. Here's another commercial space for rent. I walked Manhattan's Broadway not too long ago, and I've noticed a lot of vacancies throughout that street as well. Montague Street looks like it wasn't spared from all the hard-hitting effects of the past year. There's a shop across the street, Lantern Thai Kitchen. We've almost reached the waterfront now. It's only another block left to go before we hit Columbia Street and the Brooklyn Heights Promenade. So here's a popular spot, the Heights Cafe. I'm not sure what happened to it, because when I came here a few months ago, they were still open. Okay, so it says that it's closed temporarily for 2021. I hope they can still make it, because it's sad to see great places such as this close up. Here's Teresa's restaurant. Local laundromat self-service drop-off. And Montague Wines and Spirits. Also a popular spot here, Brooklyn Cat Cafe. I always like coming by here and seeing all the cats in the window. And there's even cats up here too. Hi. Those cats don't beat that squirrel I saw in Brooklyn Bridge Park who went right inside the garbage can. That was a pretty bold squirrel, and it didn't even move when I was a few inches in front of it. Oh wow, I think Arthur Miller used to live here. That's why they have this plaque here. Really cool. Arthur Miller, Death of a Salesman, The Crucible. I read those books a very long time ago, and I don't remember a thing about the plot. But here I am, Montague Terrace and Pier Street. It turns into Columbia Street over there around the block. Well, we're going to go on to the Brooklyn Heights Promenade here. This is definitely one of my favorite spots in New York City. I actually know two people who got engaged over here. They did a proposal right by the waterfront here. I think it's a perfect spot. And we came in time because over here we have a rock. It states that General George Washington headquarters was here, the Four Chimneys, during the Battle of Brooklyn. Battle of Brooklyn, Battle of Long Island, same thing, because people don't know this, but Brooklyn is part of the landmass which is called Long Island. Queens and Brooklyn are part of the landmass known as Long Island.
We're not allowed to slow you down. Got it?
But when we say Long Island in current times, most people refer to it as the Long Island counties of Nassau and Suffolk, which aren't a part of New York City. Looks like we're just in time. There's a Staten Island ferry boat just pulling in into Whitehall Terminal over there. Statue of Liberty there, Governor's Island. There's Brooklyn Bridge Park, which we just walked from. Upper level of the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, going towards downtown Brooklyn as well as Queens. Lower Manhattan. And the Brooklyn Bridge. You can see why the people I know got engaged over here. Just be careful because not all the tiles are in the right place. What I will do is walk the promenade until I get to the Squibb Park Bridge, and then I'll take it descending into Brooklyn Bridge Park again. Because I do think it's worth seeing. Felt like that person on their phone was just gonna keep walking towards me. Take a look at some of these homes, by the way. They're incredible. They have some of the best views of the city right from their backyard. Let's take a look at the railing view again. That's Brooklyn Bridge Park Pier 3, I believe. Yeah, this is Pier 3. And this one over here is Pier number 2. Wonder what happened to this building. I see 4 broken windows in this one. I hope there wasn't a fire or something. Even the top floor is boarded up. Well, there's someone on the roof right now. By the way, you can get a different feel of the area if you come here at sunset or at nighttime. At nighttime, I would even say that this area looks even better.
Yeah, look at it. Everything is so green.
Understandably so, many of the residents in Brooklyn Heights are upset that this promenade might be dismantled just due to all the construction or the possible construction that it can cause. We need a better way than a 6-lane highway. And I do agree with them too. I think there is a better way to solve this issue of reconstructing the deck or renovating it in a better way that doesn't get rid of this promenade area. I think the plan that I really liked the best was to dig underneath the cantilever deck and put all the traffic underground. That way this whole area can be saved. And then I think the existing cantilever deck, they'll just turn it into pedestrian traffic or cycling paths. I think that's the most, like, the best version of the plan from what I saw. But I know that digging underneath this promenade is going to be very expensive compared to the other options. It all depends on politics and what happens with funding, I guess, ultimately. So it's going to be pretty fun to descend onto Brooklyn Bridge Park again. By the way, take a look at these beautiful tulips. They look absolutely awesome. Springtime is just amazing in New York City. It really brings so much color to the city. Even this tree now is starting to show leaves. So we've approached the end of the promenade here, but just a short distance from the promenade is the entrance to Squibb Park, as well as the Squibb Park Bridge to Brooklyn Bridge Park. Looks like someone's doing jump rope there at the end. By the way, many of the streets around here are named after fruits. That's Orange Street, there's also Cranberry Street, and I think there's also a Pineapple Street as well. But these streets are named so because there's rumored to be an orchard over here that had all those fruits grown. Although I don't know how pineapples can survive the New York climate, but maybe they made it work somehow. It's a beautiful dog. There's Cranberry Street, although that should be facing the other way. Here's the person doing jump rope. Even this area here is called the Fruit Street sitting area. Here's Squibb Park. Unfortunately, no entrance from this side. We have to walk down there to get in. Here's Mid-Og Street.
That's the hotel.
And Lady Mid-Og is what this street is named after. I think she was the caretaker of all these fruit orchards that used to be here. That was the rumor. It's been a while since I looked up the history. All right, Brooklyn Bridge Park, here we come again. The good thing about this entranceway is that it's accessible too. So it's very easy for someone in a wheelchair or who has limited mobility to get down to Brooklyn Bridge Park. You don't have to deal with the stairs. Here it is, Squibb Park. The ramp goes down there if you need to get down. Otherwise, got a small staircase over there. The traffic never ends here at the BQE. We get to see it from all angles today. From the bottom, from the top, and from eye level.
I will move out of file with some of them.
All right, the beautiful Squibb Park Bridge. Another great area for photography.
These should be coordinated.
This pedestrian bridge travels right over Furman Street. You also got a good view of the Brooklyn Bridge from here. And the traffic below. I know many people who take photographs from this angle right here. They have people pose right in the middle of this bridge here, maybe with a wavy dress or some props, and you get a perfect view of the city skyline from here. I also find it's more unique than the Washington Street area where I started this video from, because not as many people take pictures here. By the way, I missed these public restrooms when I was walking through the park earlier, but there's some down there. But now that I'm back in Brooklyn Bridge Park again, my plan right now is to walk up Old Fulton Street towards downtown Brooklyn. And then hopefully I'll make myself to the MetroTech Center area as well as Fulton Street Shopping Center. Wow, these flowers are really beautiful. Another cute dog. This is the tricky part about this entrance here, is this bikeway. You gotta look both ways before you go. Also, if you usually live stream New York City like I do, for some reason there's a dead spot in cell phone service right over here. I don't know why, but there is. Looks like someone's taking pictures up there. That's actually a very good view too. This whole building, by the way, I think they have some of the best views of Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan. This is one of the best bike paths in New York City to just ride through this park. Just be careful when it gets crowded. Over here, by the way, I forgot to mention, there's a big lawn over here, so if you have some friends, family, acquaintances, you can go here and picnic. Nice big space available for your use. But one of my main complaints about this area is I never really seem to get enough shade here. There's not enough trees and shaded areas. That guy's really running. I felt the wind as he passed me. All right, we're back here again. The awesome view of New York City. But we're not here for the view anymore. We're headed up Old Fulton Street to downtown Brooklyn. There's a lemonade shack called Montague. So we get to walk up this block again. You can tell I didn't really plan my route out too much, because if I knew I was gonna walk up here again, I could have covered Juliana's, Grimaldi's, and the Fulton Street Burger Company. But it's okay. At least I was able to do it earlier. And now I don't have to talk about it again. This is one of my most hated intersections in New York City. Furman Street and Old Fulton Street. Because it's right at the entrance to this beautiful park here. Tons of pedestrian traffic, and then you gotta deal with all of this. All the turning cars and people speeding too. So I always like to wait for the light here. Here's the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory again. Oh, they even got popcorn available. So let's look at the menu. Vanilla chocolate chunk, chocolate chunk, strawberry, peaches and cream, butter pecan, and coffee. I've had vanilla, chocolate, and chocolate chunk, but none of the other flavors. My favorite still is the vanilla. The vanilla is the best one. And as you can see here, they got a pretty decent sized outdoor seating area. Sounds like I still talked about the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory, even though I talked about them before. If you walk up here, you'll head back up to Brooklyn Heights, the same place I came from. Elizabeth Place. Pretty interesting block. There's Eagle Warehouse and Storage Company. Very old-fashioned logo. Might be a hotel now, or a fancy restaurant. But there's a plaque available. Another one for Walt Whitman. Also, we've got L&B Spumoni Gardens coming to the neighborhood, the famous pizzeria, which is near Coney Island in Gravesend. This place has been under construction for a while now, so I don't know when it will open, but L&B Spumoni Gardens is really known for their square slice, the Sicilian slice. The traffic can be quite busy over here as well. If you don't want to walk, you can hop on this bus, B25, towards the Broadway Junction. This area is traffic central. I really wish there was a better way the city could plan all this out, because it's such a popular area here with the Brooklyn Bridge Park and the Promenade, and then you have all this going on. It'll be perfect if there was some way to put all this traffic underground or whatever, but that's just wishful thinking. It's been like this for as long as I remember. Also, this area underneath this bridge needs a thorough cleaning and paint job as well. Good thing there's a stop sign here. We're almost about to get to downtown Brooklyn now. Actually, this entire area that I'm walking in can really be considered like the greater downtown Brooklyn area. But for me, when I really consider downtown Brooklyn is when I go into the area where the city, the local government is, the Brooklyn Municipal Building, as well as all the skyscrapers. That person definitely needs some help. Hope he gets the help he needs. I've noticed a lot more of the mentally ill these days. Looks like someone's selling some drinks on the median there to all the people stuck in traffic. That's why I don't drive in New York City. I can't really deal with sitting in traffic all day. Once I cross over the street here, I'm going to go to the other side, because there's a lot more park space there and it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye to walk on. Over here is just so busy. Looks like this way will probably be the best route now. Now it's going to be the tricky part. I think if I'm quick, I'll be able to make it. Let's head into Cadman Plaza Park. This is a park that I rarely go into, and not too many people from Brooklyn actually visit. but I'd rather walk in a park than next to all those tall buildings and traffic. Looks like we have a bust here of William J. Gaynor, the mayor of New York City from 1910 to 1913. It's a long time ago. There's a lot of space over here, but I don't really think the lawn here is taken care of as well as it should be. There's a lot of brown spaces and not so many trees on this side. Wow, this side of the park is very active. There's a lot of children playing over here. It looks like soccer is being played. And I think over here to my right, there's a World War monument. So we'll go and check that out first. Really beautiful monument.
So I'm kind of surprised that they're not just like when they're young. Like, yeah.
I didn't know this side of the park can be so active. And I was saying before that not many people know about this park. Well, apparently all these people do. And it looks like there's a maybe a Zumba class or a dance class going on here. Really, really cool. I think this water fountain needs some repair. All right, so this is the Cadman Plaza Park that I just walked through. And in front of me over here is a United States courthouse. We're definitely in downtown Brooklyn now.
That's rare.
I'm gonna make a left here on Tillary Street, all the way to J Street, past the Brooklyn Bridge entrance. This building over here is also very impressive. The U.S. Post Office building.
I got it.
And then over there you have the New York City College of Technology. I think they call that the NYIT school, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the entrance to the Brooklyn Bridge for cars and pedestrian and cycling traffic. I've walked the Brooklyn Bridge too many times to remember now. Let's cross over the street now while I still have the opportunity, because this light can take a very long time. Front of the post office building. All right, thank you. That was nice for that traffic officer to tell us. Wow. Someone just got scolded by the traffic officer. So the next block coming up is J Street. This will lead me pretty much into the heart of downtown Brooklyn. I'll make my way through the MetroTech Center and then along Flatbush Avenue. Here's the grounds of the City Tech campus. Intersection of J Street and Tillary Streets. Here's the newer side of the New York City College of Technology. Sidewalk closed, use pedestrian walkway. Looks like the pedestrian walkway's got a huge curb as well as part of the bike lane now. We're definitely in downtown Brooklyn now with all these skyscrapers. Over there is the grounds of the NYU School of Engineering. I think they call it the Tandon School of Engineering. Before it was NYU, it was always known as Brooklyn Poly. It had a bunch of different names throughout the years, including Polytechnic University, the New York Institute of Engineering at NYU, I think was another one. I think it was also called Polytechnic Institute instead of university at one point, but tons of names. I think this bike lane is new. I never saw it before. Let's cross the street here. This building here, the Joseph J. Jacobs building, it's very old. I can see why they need to put scaffolding up. It definitely needs some renovations. But NYU definitely has the money to renovate it. They charge at least like 70 grand a year for tuition. In this immediate vicinity, there's a lot of government buildings, especially courthouses. Over here we have the Marriott Hotel in downtown Brooklyn. But we're gonna walk into the MetroTech Center now. In fact, the subway station here is called J Street MetroTech. All right, NYU Tandon School of Engineering. There's their Brooklyn campus. The students must love the Starbucks in front. There's many important buildings over here, including, I think, a big branch of the JP Morgan Bank, as well as the headquarters of the Fire Department of New York City, and Internal Revenue Service has a office here as well, IRS. You know, those guys who you pay your taxes to. They definitely have a pretty large campus. I think all these buildings here to the left is part of that NYU engineering school. In fact, I don't think I've shown these buildings here up close. So let me walk over here to the far edge of the MetroTech Center and showcase it. Then when I'm done here at the MetroTech Center, I'll head over to Flatbush Avenue and end the video. It's been a while since I walked over to this side. It's definitely the more quiet side of the campus. Looks like Soul Cycle is bringing their facilities outside here. It's a great idea, especially to do it here in good weather like today. I think that's a residence area, NYU Othmer Hall. Student housing. Look at what I just said. IRS, JP Morgan's got 2 locations, and FDNY. Okay, so this is the Byrne-Dibner Library of Science and Technology and the Center for Advanced Technology and Telecommunications. Wow, look at that. There's so many like notable alumni who attended the school. The founder of IBM, Center for STEM Education. Really impressive. And I wonder what this building is over here. This is a really like neat looking building. All right, this is the fire department HQ. Looks like there's a checkpoint here if you want to enter. This is 311 Bridge Street. It's called Wunsch Hall. Looks like it could have been like an old courthouse building or like a town hall. Oh, look at this, the old Bridge Street Church. So that's what it used to be. Unfortunately, a lot of it is faded now, and I'm going to try my best to scroll through it so you can pause it and read it if you want, but I know my shadow is getting in the way. I'm glad I came over here. Looks like this area is for lease. If you want to move in here, you can feel free and give them a call. Brookfield Place. And here's Cafe Metro. Doesn't look like it's open right now. Maybe it's only open earlier in the day. It's too late right now. It's like close to 5 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it is 5 o'clock, right on the nose. Got JP Morgan here. Definitely sounds like a lot of traffic, even over here. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic here on Flatbush Avenue. It's such a wide street, but it's moving really slowly. Wonder if it's something to do with the Barclays Center, maybe a sporting event going on. Sounds like the fire department is coming through. You can see all these tall buildings in downtown Brooklyn. More construction happening right behind this. That's in a building I think called City Point, and part of it is finished already. Inside that City Point, there's a shopping mall. There's also a food market hall in the basement. I'll be walking right past it. Looks like I'm walking faster than this traffic right now. Something's gonna be built up over here to my right. Big hole in the ground here. Here we've got Willoughby Street and Flatbush Avenue Extension. I forgot to mention this is called Flatbush Avenue Extension because it goes to the Manhattan Bridge. Flatbush Avenue historically didn't go to the Manhattan Bridge. I think it stopped at Grand Army Plaza, but from Grand Army Plaza up to the Manhattan Bridge, they needed to make the extension. Yep, I was right. This is the City Point building. I can't wait until this walkway and all the scaffolding is removed. It's really annoying to go around this. I am going to walk to Fulton Street. I think this is the residential side of City Point, and over here you have the shopping area. Katz's Deli is also here. There's also a Trader Joe's inside here, a Target as well. Usually the Trader Joe's line will have people come out here. Here's the DeKalb Avenue subway station, B, Q, and R. And another building going up. Yeah, look at this line of Trader Joe's, unbelievable. The trick is getting them to stay, huh? Well, when I see lines like that for a shopping supermarket, I don't really stay. I go somewhere else. I find that Trader Joe's isn't really the bargain that it used to be. I get better bargains in the local neighborhood supermarkets and grocery stores now. By the way, across the street from me along Flatbush Avenue extension is Long Island University, the Brooklyn campus. I don't think it's a well-known school, but they do have a pretty impressive campus in there. Mixed-use building coming here. Hey look, I caught up to Mr. Music again. Here's the famous Junior's Restaurant, which is known for its cheesecake. And here's the famous Junior's cheesecake packaging, along with what it looks like. Oh, you can even see the cheesecake from the window. Look at that. $8.50 for a slice of cheesecake. But it is a big slice of cheesecake for $8.50. I'll give it that much. They do have a good menu in there though. They don't just do dessert.
Yeah.
Here's the other subway station entrance. Wow, look at this, the Paxton. This is another skyscraper that's gonna open. And then this construction site to the right of me is gonna be something else too. Oh, before I forget, got 7-Eleven, Two Bros Pizza, Refresh Nail and Spa, Starbucks Coffee, H&R Block, and McDonald's across the street. Here's Fulton Street. If you go that way, back along to J Street, there's a lot of shopping areas along here. The most notable store along Fulton Street is called Macy's. Is Macy's. But they named that stretch of Fulton Street called the Fulton Mall. And with that, everyone, I think I'm going to end my video here. It's been a long journey through Dumbo, Brooklyn Bridge Park, Brooklyn Heights, and then all the way back to downtown Brooklyn. But if you enjoy this video, please smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming along. See you soon.